Hey there friends that imagine possibilities, it's Mandy. I am so excited to be bringing you this yoga video for you all. I know it has been a super long time since we have seen each other. We used to practice yoga 3 times a week and I absolutely miss seeing all of your beautiful faces. So today we are going to be doing a 40-minute chair class together. So we are going to do a total body stretch. We're going to build some strength. We're going to work our arms. We're going to work our core. And then of course there will be lots and lots of time at the end for Shavasana. So don't you worry, I promise I will not skip Shavasana. So if you haven't already, make sure you grab a chair. Of course, if you came to my Monday afternoon classes, you might know that we sometimes used to practice on the couch. So you might be in a couch, you might be in a recliner chilling. Just grab a chair and get comfortable, something that you can sit up in really tall, someplace you feel supported. And then once you have your chair, we're gonna put our hands down on the tops of our legs. Start to grow up nice and tall through the spine here. And close our eyes. We're just gonna take a few deep breaths right here. Of course, if having your eyes closed is not something that feels comfortable, we can absolutely leave them open as well. You might look down at the tip of your nose, maybe you find a spot on the floor or on the wall. It is something to just keep your gaze fixed on. And then let's all take a big breath in through our nose. Big breath out through our mouth. Awesome, let's do that a couple more times. Big breath in through the nose. Big breath out through the mouth. Awesome, one more time. Big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome. So you can feel your shoulders relaxing down a little bit more here. Maybe you open your eyes if you haven't opened them already. Now let's just get started by rolling our shoulders out here. Just finding some movement here. Awesome, roll them out in the other direction. Excellent, and we give a nice little shake. Beautiful. See if you can be still once more. And now, as we breathe in, let's see if we can stand up or sit up as tall as we can. Exhale, release your chin down to your chest. Just letting your head be heavy, relax your neck. Maybe feel your shoulders relax down a little bit more. And on our next inhale, we are going to roll one ear over to one shoulder, feeling that stretch all along the side of our neck here. Let's see if we can hold this for a couple more breaths. Just let your head rest heavy. On our next exhale, let's roll our chin back down to the chest. And then inhale, opposite ear to opposite shoulder. Beautiful. Again, just let your shoulders relax. Stretching out the other side of our neck now. Awesome. Let's slowly roll our chin back down to our chest. And then carefully start to lift it all the way back up to center. Beautiful. Now from here, still working in our neck, let's see if we can look all the way over one shoulder. We'll look back through center. And then look all the way over our other shoulder. Awesome. Back through center. One more on each side. Look over the other shoulder. Back to the middle. Last one. Looking over to the other side. And back to the middle. All right, we're gonna just do a little bit more work on our necks here. So this time, let's see if we can look down at our legs, maybe even try and look at your belly button. And then look all the way up to the ceiling. Awesome, let's do that again. Look all the way down at your legs. And then look all the way up at the ceiling. Great job, you guys. Let's come back to the middle. And then let's take another breath here. So let's all take a big breath in. Big breath out. Excellent work, you guys. Let's see if we can work out our wrist a little bit. So let's just start by making some nice little circles here. Maybe you notice so many little clicks or pops in your wrist that might be happening. Let's see if we can roll them in the other direction. And then let's give our wrist a good shake. Awesome. Relax your hands down. All right, let's keep working those wrists there. So now we're gonna take one arm forward, palm facing center like we're making a little stop sign with our hand here. And then we're gonna take our other hand. Remember, this one can be a little bit tricky, so if you need help, you can always ask someone around you. And then we're gonna gently place our fingers of the opposite hand around our fingers here. And then just gently pull those fingers in towards the body. Stretching all underside here on our arm. Beautiful job, you guys. Keep breathing. Don't forget to breathe. Let's see if we can hold it for one more breath. You ready? Awesome. Round and release those hands. And then we're going to take those fingers and flip them down. So now they're pointing down towards the floor. And then we're going to take that other hand once again, wrap it around the back of our hand this time, and again, just gently pull our hand into our body. We're stretching all along here now on the top of our wrist and our forearm. Excellent job, you guys. Breathing through your bellies. Remember, like we used to practice. You might really be starting to feel it now. Let's see if we can hang in there for one more breath. You ready? Awesome. Let's give that arm a good shake. And let's take the other side. Other hand, stretching it forward, starting with those fingers pointing up to the ceiling. Then we're going to take our trusty little hand here, wrap it around our fingers, and then gently begin to pull those fingers in towards our body. And we're stretching out the bottom side of our wrist there. Ooh, you might really be starting to feel it. Let's see if we can hang in there for another breath. Awesome job, you guys. Halfway there. Let's now start to point our fingers down towards the floor. Take our other hand here, and then gently wrapping around the back of our hand, we're going to pull that hand in towards our body. You guys are doing an awesome job. Let's stay with it. One more breath here. We're almost there. And then release that hand and give it a good little shake. Nicely done, you guys. Now next, we are going to interlace our fingers together like so. And we're going to start this motion out nice and big so you guys can see it. But we are going to take some figure eights with our hands to stretch out those wrists a little bit more. So we're going to start with our fingers like this. And of course you can just roll your wrist out like this instead. If the other doesn't work, that's totally fine. But if you can, let's interlace our fingers. And then from here, we're going to dip it over to one side, loop it up, dipping it back down, up and down, making these big figure eight motions. And then maybe eventually those motions start getting smaller and smaller until we have these teeny tiny figure eights here. Awesome. Maybe we start looping them back around bigger again. Let's do one more big loop. Whoop. And then we're gonna stop. And then we're gonna take it in the other direction. So backtrack, looping it down and up this time, down and up, down and up. Eventually making those figure eights smaller and smaller until we get those teeny tiny figure eights here. You might notice some cracking or popping or crackling in your wrist, like a bowl of Rice Krispie treats. I know I certainly am hearing it in mine in this direction. And maybe it starts getting bigger again. And then relax your arms down. And one last time, let's give those arms a good little shake. Woo. You guys are doing awesome. Let's start to stretch out our arms a little bit here. So as we breathe in, let's do a big stretch up all the way up to the ceiling. Big, big stretch up. Reach up, maybe look up. And as we breathe out, let's bring our hands all the way down to our hearts. Let's do that a couple more times. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down to your heart. One more time. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, bring your hands all the way down to your heart. Nicely done, you guys. Let's see if we can keep our hands at our heart here, and maybe you close your eyes. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Beautiful. All right, you guys, let's add on to that a little bit. Let's breathe in. Sweep our arms up. This time, as we breathe out, can you make little goal pose with your arms bending at your elbows? Maybe even try and pull your elbows back. Big stretch for your chest here. And as we breathe in, stretch your arms back up to the sky. And this time, as we breathe out, let's fold down, touch your toes. Nicely done, you guys. Of course, if you can't reach your toes, you can always just place your hands on your knees. Or maybe you just fold forward a little bit. If you can, maybe we reach our toes. And now very slowly here, we're gonna just roll ourselves all the way up to the top. Stretching out our back as we go. Let's do that a couple more times. You ready? Breathe in, stretch your arms up. This time as we breathe out, make those goalposts, stretch out your chest. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, reach down, touch your toes, or whatever you can if you can't quite get there. Awesome. Slowly roll yourselves all the way up. One more time. Here we go. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, make those goalposts. Inhale, stretch those arms up. Exhale, reach down, touch your toes. You guys are doing absolutely amazing here. Let's now slowly roll ourselves up once again. Excellent job, you guys. All right, let's stretch out our sides a little bit here. So let's stretch one arm up and then take it over, stretching out that whole side of our body here. Great job, you guys. Maybe see if we can reach over a little bit farther. Maybe if you have a neighbor, like you're trying to high five your neighbor with that arm. And then let's come all the way up. And let's do the other arm. Ready? Big stretch up. And take it up and over. Remember, you guys can look wherever feels good on your neck. So maybe you look down at the floor. Maybe you look straight ahead at me. Maybe you look up towards your hand, say hi. And then let's come all the way back up. Awesome job, you guys. Now let's find our twist. So let's just start to sit up nice and tall in our chair. Take a big breath in. Exhale, start to twist to one side. Maybe hook your arm around the back of that chair. Opposite hand comes to opposite knee. And maybe look over your shoulder. Remember, you want to keep your knees and your toes pointing forward. We're just looking with our head and our shoulders here. You guys are doing amazing. Let's see if we can stay here for 2 more big breaths. Let's do one more together. Big breath in. Big breath out. Excellent. Let's come all the way back to center. And let's twist to the other side. Ready? Sit up as tall as you can. And then turn on over to the other side, hooking your arm around that chair if you can. Opposite hand to opposite knee. Inhale, sit up. See if you can sit up a little bit taller. Exhale, maybe you turn a little bit more, looking over that shoulder here. Remember, keep those knees and those toes pointing straight ahead at me. Keep breathing. You guys are doing amazing. Let's take one more breath. Ready? Big breath in. Big breath out. Slowly unwind, coming back to center. Oh my goodness, you guys are doing an absolutely amazing job. I'm so excited to be here with you guys. So next, we are going to keep stretching out our backs a little bit for a little seated cat and cow pose. So let's place our hands down on tops of our knees there, or wherever they might fall. If we can't reach our knees, that's totally okay. And all right, as we inhale, we're gonna sit up as tall as we can. Draw your shoulders back. Maybe look up at the ceiling for our cow pose. And as we exhale, we're gonna round our back, bring our shoulders forward, look down at our legs for our cat pose. Kind of like we're trying to round our back like a little kitty that's sleeping in a ball. As we inhale, let's look all the way up, cow pose. Bring those shoulders back, look up at the ceiling, sit up as tall as you can. Exhale, cat pose, round your back just like a sleeping little cat. Let's do one more. Inhale for your cow pose. Exhale for your cat pose. Awesome work, you guys. Let's slowly sit up once again, finding our neutral seat right there in the center. All right, let us keep working our shoulders and our back a little bit more. So let's start to stretch our arms forward, palms facing one another. All right, let's take a big breath in. As you breathe out, you're gonna sweep one arm back. I'm gonna start with my right arm behind you. Maybe look back at your thumb. Inhale, come back to center. Remember, keep those knees pointing forward. Exhale, we're gonna turn to the left. Opening that arm out, looking back at your thumb. Inhale, back through center. Exhale to the left. Again, inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Beautiful. Inhale. Exhale to the right. Inhale to the middle. Exhale to the left. You guys are doing great. We have one more round to go. Inhale through center. Exhale to the right. We're in the home stretch. Inhale back through center. Exhale to the left. Almost there, you guys. Inhale back through center. Exhale, relax your arms down. Awesome, awesome work, you guys. Let's roll those shoulders out. Maybe roll them in the other direction. Maybe give yourselves a good little shake. Excellent job, you guys. As we breathe in, let's now stretch those arms up. As we breathe out, let's see if we can reach down and touch those toes. Beautiful. Slowly roll yourselves back up. All right, we've been doing a lot with our arms now, so let's give those shoulders and those arms a break for a little bit. And now we are going to turn the attention to our legs. So let's start by just lifting one foot up. And then we're just going to point the toes down. And then lift them up, flexing them up towards the ceiling. Point those toes down. Lift them up to the ceiling. Good job. A few more. Point your toes down. Lift them up. Last one. Point your toes down. And then lift them up. Awesome. Now we're just going to start to draw some circles with those toes. Making some couple circles there. You might notice little clicks and pops in your ankles, maybe like you did with your wrist earlier. All right, let's change the direction of those circles. And now we're gonna put that foot down. Now we're gonna lift the other leg up. You guys know where we're going, same thing. Point those toes down, and then lift them up, flexing the foot. Point your toes down, flex the foot, lift them up. Point your toes down, lift them up. Last couple more, point the toes down, lift them up. Last one, pointing and lifting. And now let's draw those circles with those toes. Wow, my ankle just let out a big pop there. Let's do a couple more circles in this direction. And then we're gonna take it in the opposite way. Let's do one more circle in this direction. And then let's relax that foot down. All right, now we're gonna practice stretching out the backs of our legs here. So maybe you scooch a little forward in your chair, only if it feels safe to do so. If you do this and you feel like you're gonna fall out, then just stay scooching back. We're gonna stretch one foot forward here. Hopefully you can still see me in the camera. And then with your heel resting down onto the floor, we're going to lift our toes up, make your leg really, really strong. Sit up nice and tall. Place one hand on top of the other. And now we're gonna start to reach forward. So maybe we just reach our thigh. Maybe we reach our knee. Maybe we reach our shin. Maybe we reach our toes. Wherever you are, remember to stop once you start feeling that stretch. If you can't reach your toes, that is no big deal. So you might just be stretching it out here for today, and that's totally awesome. Awesome, maybe you look down at your feet here, maybe your hands, if your foot's covered up with your hands. Excellent, let's see if we can hang out here for one more breath. Ready? Take a big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome, let's slowly come all the way back up. And then we're gonna put that foot down. And switch legs. Extend the other leg now. Again, heel resting on the floor. Lift your toes up. Make that leg super, super strong. One hand on top of the other. We'll start by placing that hand on that thigh. Maybe we slide it down to our knee. Maybe we slide it down to our shin. Maybe we slide it down to our toes. And maybe this leg feels different from the other. I know sometimes I have a leg that's a little bit less flexible than the other. So you might notice that. Maybe you're touching your toes on one and you're just down to your shin or your knee on the other. That's totally okay. Totally normal. We all have that struggle. All right, you guys, let's see if we can hold here for one more breath. Are you ready? Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. And then slowly rise all the way back up. Placing that foot down. Excellent. Let's scooch ourselves back in that chair so that way we're nice and secure again if you scooch forward like I did. All right, now from here, we're gonna work on strengthening those legs a little bit. So let's interlace our fingers underneath our right thigh here. So your right foot is lifted up off of the floor, and just don't let that foot be all dangly and loose. See if you can make that leg really strong by lifting your toes up to the ceiling. All right, now from here, we are gonna practice lifting that leg and then lowering that leg. Again, lifting and lowering. Really working into that big muscle up here. Again, lifting and lowering. Let's do 5 more. Up and down, up and down. 3 more. Up and down, almost there. Up and down. Last one. Up and down. Excellent. Now from here, just let that foot relax. Just let it be floppy. And then maybe you pull that knee in towards your chest a little bit. Again, just let your leg be relaxed, just stretching out your hip a bit. And then we'll release that foot down. And let's switch to side number 2. And release your fingers around the left thigh this time. Your foot will lift off the floor. Flex those toes, lifting them up towards the ceiling. And let's get started. Lifting up and lowering down. Lifting up, lowering down. Maybe even feel it in your belly a little bit. Lifting up, lowering down. Keep going. Up and down. Up and down. Last 5. Up and down. You guys got this. Up and down. Up and down. Last 2. Up and down. Last 1. Up and down. Relax your foot down. Ooh, we almost missed something. Don't quite relax it down just yet. With your fingers interlaced around that thigh, just let your foot be relaxed here. And then we gotta hug it in, stretching out that hip. You guys are awesome. Doing absolutely wonderful. And then let's relax that foot down here. Beautiful. Now from here, we're gonna keep stretching out those hips. We are going to cross our legs. So I'm going to give you lots of options here, so you just pick whichever option works best for you. Maybe you just cross your ankle, your right ankle over on top of your left. Maybe, other option, you cross your right knee on top of your left knee. Final option, maybe you cross your right ankle on top of your left knee. If you take this option with your ankle on top of the knee, see if you can make that leg really, really strong. So take those toes and bring them in towards the leg, just like this. So you don't want the foot this floppy here and dangling, you want it really, really strong. Place your hands down wherever's comfortable. I just like to place them on top of my legs here. See if you can sit up really, really tall. Try and relax your shoulders down. You guys are doing great. We're just going to try and relax and breathe here for a little bit. So even though we're making that leg really, really strong, we're still going to try and relax with our breath. Maybe, whichever option you've taken, maybe slowly start to lean forward a little bit if you want to feel a little bit more of a stretch. Just remember, these are all options. So if something doesn't feel good in your body, you absolutely don't have to do it. And if something hurts, definitely don't do it. Great job, you guys. Let's see if we can hold here for one more breath. Ready? Big breath in. Big breath out. Excellent work. Let's slowly come all the way up. All right, now we're going to keep that leg crossed over here. And when you are ready, we are going to find a twist. So with our right leg crossed over, we are going to twist to the right. Maybe we hook our arm around that chair. Maybe we place our hand on top of our knee. Maybe we look over our shoulder. Keep that leg really, really strong. Great job, you guys. We're here for just a couple more breaths. And then come back to the middle. Uncross that leg. And now we're going to switch sides. So I'm going to give you the same options on this leg that I gave you on the other. Maybe you cross your left ankle on top of your right ankle. Maybe you cross your left knee over your right knee. Maybe you cross your left ankle on top of your right knee. Remember, if you crossed your ankle over, make this leg really, really strong. So you don't want your foot just floppy there. Pull those toes in to your knee, almost as if you have a string attached at the knee to the toes and it's reeling them in. Then we're gonna sit up as tall as we can. Think about reaching the top of your head up towards the ceiling. And I know it can't quite get there yet unless you're really, really tall. I am not that tall. Awesome job, you guys. Try and relax your shoulders a little bit more. Keep breathing. And even though that leg stays strong, remember, we're still just trying to relax a little bit. All right, you have the option here. If you took it on the last side, maybe you didn't, and maybe it might feel good on this side. Maybe we start to lean forward a little bit. But of course, if you felt like you were getting plenty of stretch sitting up in your normal seat, you do not have to do this. This is just a little bit of an option here. Maybe look down at the floor. All right, let's stay here for one more breath. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Awesome. Slowly come back up. If you lean forward, keep that leg crossed over, whichever option it's in. And now, just as we did on the other side, we're gonna twist, turning our bodies towards the left. Remember, you want your legs pointing forward at the camera, or towards me, because I'm the only one with the camera. And we're just gonna turn with our head and our shoulders over towards the left, maybe hooking our arm over that chair, maybe placing our hand on that knee. And we're just gonna hold here for a couple breaths. If you feel your shoulders creeping up by the ears, try and relax them down. Again, as if we're a flower growing up out of a pot, try and reach the crown of your head up towards the ceiling. Like a flower reaching for the sun. Take a big breath in. And as we breathe out, let's slowly unwind, coming back through center. Uncross your legs. Beautiful. Let's place your hands down on the tops of the legs. Maybe close the eyes for a moment here. And let's take 3 rounds of breath. Let's take a big breath in. Big breath out. Big breath in. Big breath out. Last one, big breath in. Big breath out. Excellent job, you guys. If you close your eyes, let's allow them to open. Just a little bit more work here, and then we will get to the part that everyone has been waiting for, our final Shavasana. So let us inhale, sweep our arms up. Exhale, make those goalposts with our arms, looking up at the ceiling, opening up our elbows. Inhale, reach your arms up. And exhale, touch your toes. Awesome job, you guys. Let's slowly roll it up. Head is the last thing up. And let's do that one more time. Inhale, sweep those arms up. Exhale, make your goalpost. Inhale, stretch them up. Exhale, touch your toes. Excellent. Slowly roll it all the way up. All right, it is that special time, that moment that we have all been waiting for, our Shavasana. So, you start to lean back into your chair. If you have an armrest, I do not, but you might rest your elbows on your armrest. You might even lay down on a couch if that feels good. If you're in a recliner, you might kick up the recliner and just have your feet resting up. Just make yourself comfy. Remember, you don't have to look like anything in particular. You don't have to be a certain way. Just be comfortable. And once you've gotten yourself comfy, begin to close your eyes. And remember, just as earlier, if closing your eyes doesn't feel good, then leave them open. You absolutely do not have to have your eyes closed. So we'll then start to relax into the muscles of our face. relax into the tiny little creases around the eye. Start to relax into your neck, your chest, and your shoulders. Elbows rest heavy down by the sides. With every breath in, you feel your belly filling up with air, just as if we were inflating a balloon. With every exhale, feel your belly getting smaller, pressing all that air out. Like we are deflating, emptying out a balloon. Inhale, fill your balloon up. Exhale, empty your balloon out. Breathing in. Breathing out. We'll now start to relax into our hips a little bit more. Feeling our seat growing down heavier into the chair. Relaxing into our upper legs and our calves. Our lower legs, our ankles, all the way down through our toes. Beginning to feel our feet resting down a little bit heavier into the floor, the chair, wherever it is that we might be resting on right now. And then just begin to imagine that with every breath you take, your entire body is growing down heavier and heavier into your chair. You've all worked super, super hard. There's nothing else that needs to be done now but rest. There's nowhere that you need to go. There's nothing you need to do. No one you need to be. The only thing left to do is rest. Breathing in. Breathing out. Breathing in. Breathing out. We're going to keep resting here for a little bit longer. Just allowing ourselves this time to relax and rest. guys are doing absolutely amazing. We're just gonna rest here just a little bit longer, just a few more breaths. You guys, let's slowly begin to deepen our breath. Slowly begin to wake ourselves up by moving through our fingers and our toes, rolling into our wrists and our ankles. So now start to stretch our arms up and overhead. Like that first big wake up stretch in the morning. And then relax our arms all the way down by the sides. Maybe we sit up a little bit taller in our chairs. And let's bring our hands together at our heart. You guys have done an absolutely amazing, wonderful job today. So let's seal our time together with a single collective breath. Let's all take a big breath in. Big breath out. Thank you guys so much for being absolutely wonderful today and practicing yoga. I miss you guys so much. Remember, the awesome in me sees and honors the awesome in you. Namaste.